Welcome back to Clips and Tips, brought to you during Bike Month by Bike Law Canada and McLeish Orlando. Today, I wanted to talk to you about vulnerable road user laws. A vulnerable road user is a cyclist or pedestrian. They're not afforded the protection of design laws such as collapsible steering wheels, seat belts, headrests, airbags, the 2 tons of steel that surround the individual. As a result of that, we've known in the last 4 decades that the number of people inside vehicles and the rate of injury and death has been on the decline. That is not the case according to Public Health Ontario for people outside of vehicles such as cyclists and pedestrians. In fact, they've reported that emergency room visits by cyclists and pedestrians has been increasing. Meanwhile, those inside vehicles has been decreasing. When I did the coroner's review into cycling deaths, we took a look at the various deaths that happened to cyclists. It was found that in 62% of those cases, the deaths were caused by an illegal activity by the driver, but only 23% of those individuals were charged. When I tried to find out more about what happened to those charges and convictions, I could not access that information because it was not available, despite Freedom of Information searches. What I did find is I went back to my cases and I took a look at any case involving a cyclist or pedestrian where the person was charged and convicted. What I found was alarming. And in case after case, it was repeatedly shown that the person that killed the cyclist after breaking the law under the Highway Traffic Act received a small fine. When Ryan Carrier was riding home to take his kids out for Halloween, and the truck driver made a right hook in front of his path and killed him, that truck driver received an $85 fine. Eduardo LeBlanc was killed when he had the right of way and the driver broke the law in relation to the signal. That person only received a $700 fine. When Bruce Tushingham was killed, riding his bike by a vehicle that left the opposite laneway, came into the shoulder and crashed into him, that person only received a $500 fine. These are not outliers. I found them in many of my cases, repeated time after time. And when I read the decisions of the judges, many judges felt that this was the only sentence they could impose. So what is a vulnerable road user law? It's already instituted in a number of places in the United States. It simply says that in addition to any other penalty, if a driver breaks the law and kills a cyclist, pedestrian, or other vulnerable road user, you're going to have mandatory minimums. That include you having to take a driving course. Before you get back behind the wheel, you have to show that you're responsible enough to drive safely. Number 2, you're going to have to do some community service in the area of education and road safety. Number 3, until you do that, your license is suspended. These aren't big asks, they're very simple asks. In addition to that, we had also asked that anytime the victims attend in court at the time of sentencing to read their victim impact statement, that the convicted person be present as opposed to someone else, such as their lawyer or court agent. We've had 3 private members' bills already at Queen's Park requesting this law. We'd ask for your help and support in getting this law passed sometime in the future or by the next government, whatever it takes. So please write to your local MPP and ask for this. Anyways, I thought I would share that. Thank you very much. Take care.